Okay, so students will have no free time if they study and work because they'll have too many things to do. That makes sense. Students should focus on their studies because they need to get good grades. Yes, that's also true. Students can have fun by doing part-time jobs. Yes, because they can meet people. I think the very first thing you do when in part-time jobs is make friends. So, and then it is good for teenagers to earn money by doing part-time jobs because they can buy the things that I want. Yes. Okay, Kim. Well done. Now, Ellie, your turn. Please look at these, and when you're ready, you can just tell me. But I want you to, when you give your answers, I want you to read both the opinions and the reasons, okay?
Yes.
But take a moment and quickly go through them. Ellie, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, tell me, number one.
Students can learn many useful skills by doing part-time jobs. I disagree. Part-time jobs, such as working in a store, do not teach many useful skills.
Number two.
Teenagers enjoy working part-time. That is not true. Most teenagers dislike their boring part-time jobs.
Number three.
Most Korean parents don't want their children to work. I disagree. Many parents think both studying and working are important.
And number four.
It is not safe for teenagers to do part-time work. That is not true. Many rules protect all workers, including teenagers.
Yes, many rules protect
Rules.
all workers, include that's perfect. Okay. Kim, what do you think about our answers?
That's all correct.
Excellent. Yes, it is all correct. Well done, Ellie. Now, Kim, can you please read the supporting opinion?
Students should have part-time jobs. First, they can have fun by doing their job. This is because students can often work with their friends, so they can forget about their studies for a few hours each week. As a result, they will have less stress. Second, teenagers can earn their own money. This is important because students want to buy many things. If students work, they can buy some of the things themselves. As a result, they will not ask their parents for money.
Okay, so just a thing to Kim. Um, this is result. This S makes a sound similar to a Z. Result. Do you hear that? Result. And then the other one is this is own. A deep O. Own money. Not owl, like when you hurt yourself, owl, but own. Can you please repeat these two words for me again, Kim?
Result on
Own.
own.
There you go. Perfect. Okay. Elly, can you please read the opposing opinion?
Yes, it is a bad idea for students to have part-time jobs. First, if students have part-time jobs, they cannot focus on their schoolwork. In Korean,
Sorry. I just want to clear this random red line. Oh, never mind. Okay. In Korea?
in Korea, it's important for students to get good grades. This is because they they want to go to school,
Good school.
good school and universities. Second, students with part-time jobs will have no free time at on Korean teenager. They are already busy learning school subjects. If they work too, they will not have any time to do something fun.
Okay, Elly. This word is busy, not boozy. Busy. It makes a short sound.
Busy.
And then teenagers has a S. Please remember to pronounce the S at the end of words. This tells us if there's two or one or a million. Okay, so let's think about this for a moment. Here we have one opinion that says students should have because it is a way to escape from their stress. For a few hours, they can make their own money and they won't ask their parents for money. And the other opinion says they should not have part-time works because they have to focus into getting good grades so that they can get into good schools and universities. And that you need free time to do something. Now, this, I want to know, Kim, with which opinion do you agree?
Yes, students should have part-time jobs.
Okay, why? Why do you agree with that opinion?
Because it is a new experience and they can learn many skills.
Okay. Elly, with which opinion do you agree?
students should have part-time jobs.
Okay, why do you agree with that opinion?
Mm, I think they can learn more skills.
Okay. Hmm. Let's say, because this is what I believe. I believe if a student wants to become a doctor, then he should probably not do a part-time job. If because there is no way that you can start doing the job of a doctor when you're 13 or 14 years old. I think part-time jobs are career specific. What I mean by that is, like, for certain jobs you can start when you're really young. Let's look at a few examples. You can start doing plumbing, electrician. You can be a waiter, work at a shop. You can be a babysitter, um, woodworking. You can be an assistant. Uh, all those things are something you don't really have to go learn. Like, you have to go take a book, have a degree, and then you can do it. No, these are very practical jobs. I think if a student wants to do something like a job that's very practical, like, let's say a student wants to be a farmer or a plumber or electrician or a carpenter, or they want to work in a restaurant as a waiter or a chef, I think then they should really think about having part-time jobs because that will only benefit them. But if a student wants to do something like being a doctor or a therapist or a lawyer, now a lawyer can actually also start as a part-time job if they allow you to. You won't be able to do anything big, but you can help with something there. But especially like, a pilot and doctor, veterinarian. What was the other thing? Pharmacist. Those things you really need to study a little bit before you can do that. So I would say those people that want to pursue a career in that direction of medicine and aviation and uh, teaching, for example, they if they can get a part-time job that's directed in that same line of work that they want to do one day when they're older, I think it's perfect. But if you don't know what you're going to do when you're done with high school or what you're going to study, then I would recommend you find a part-time job. It'll only be good for you. But okay, let's continue. So, Kim, do you think that 13 is a good age to start doing part-time work?
No, I think it's too young
Why?
because they don't need money. They don't need money, and they can feel tired easily.
Give me a quick second. Okay, sorry. Ellie, do you think it's 13 is too young or a good age to start doing part-time work?
No, I don't think so. 13 is too young because students should focus on studying and enjoy their childhood.
Okay. I started a part-time job when I was 13. Um, and I stopped when I was 16 because the people I worked for moved to another country. So I think 13 is a perfect age because, especially for boys, girls not so much. Girls, you can start doing something. I think at 13, girls should start doing volunteer work. But I think boys are fine. At age 13, you can start working. Um, Number two, Kim, is it important for teenagers to earn their own money and why?
Yes, because it children can improve life skill and learn responsibility.
Ellie, do you think it's important for teenagers to earn their own money and why?
Yes, it is important. Earning their own money helps teenagers learn responsibility and understand the value of money.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. Kim, is it difficult to study and work at the same time?
Yes, it is because we need balance the exam and work so
We
it can cut
need
stress.
exams and work. So we need to. What do we need to do? Kim?
No, it can cause stress.
Oh, it can cause stress. What do you think, Ellie? Do you think it's difficult to study and work at the same time?
Yes, it can be difficult. Students need good time management to balance school work and part-time job.
Yes, I don't think it's difficult because I had to do it when I was studying after in high school. The only thing you guys should remember, you only need 6 hours of sleep. You don't need more, and you should try not to get less than 6 hours. So if you take a 24-hour day, you take 6 hours out of that day, how many hours do you have left? You have 18 hours left. So what do you do with that 18 hours? Let's say you go work for roughly 6 to 8 hours. Then you still have 8 hours left. Then you still have 8 hours roughly plus minus left. Okay? If you study, let's say for example, in a 24-hour day, you sleep 8. This is sleep. You work you work 8, and then you study 4. Then you have 4 hours relaxing time, or to do anything else. So I don't really think it's that hard. I think if you are prone to being lazy, like you're feeling, okay, no, I don't want to study today. I worked really hard. Then you have reason to stress because you're causing your own stress. But if you keep the discipline, you work 8 hours, sleep 8 hours, study 4 hours every day. And then weekends, it's not to say you work every day of the week. So you still have some extra time at the weekends, maybe, or on public holidays where you also can study. But that's the argument for another day. Now, number 4, Kim, how many hours should students work each week?
I think 5 hours a week is good.
And you, Elly, how many hours do you think a student should work each week?
Mm, I think students should work about 5 or 10 hours per week.
Okay, yes, because if you are finished with high school, by I know in most countries by law, you are required to work 40 hours a week. But that's when you work full day every day. Um, Everything over 40 hours is considered overtime, which is double pay. Or in some countries, it's I think 1.5 pay, or 20% more on your pay. Um, okay. Okay, last questions. Last question. Kim, what companies hire workers with great grades?
Yes, companies value good grades because good grades show that a person is hardworking and able to learn.
What do you think, Ellie? Do you think companies will hire workers with good grades?
Yes, many companies like workers with great grades because it's so they are hardworking and disciplined.
Disciplined.
Discipline.
I don't really think grades are there to consider. Um, to be honest, I don't think people really worry about how good you did in high school. I think a company will hire you if they think you can do the job, because that's why they're hiring you. They don't really worry if you are disciplined or if you can able to learn. As long as you can do the job and get them money, you are hired. And that's how most companies function, I know. Except for maybe a job like a doctor, they might judge you on your high school grades because it's a foundation. And if your foundation is not good, you're not going to do good at university, or you're going to study way longer than you should have. But that's good. That is our time, guys. Thank you. I will see you guys again. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.
Goodbye, teacher.
Teacher.